young Kenyans came to me and content creators, they had their accounts on TikTok blocked because of mass reporting unfairly, I thought so. And I was able to reach out to the global management of TikTok and talk to them and manage to open some of those few accounts. I believe that I have got a long association with media. And I know that whether we want it or not, media is changing, and it has changed. So you not have one big TV station out there. We'll have thousands of people with their platforms, and combined it's going to make one, a very big platform, two, a very big source for monetization, and three, a very big influence on what's happening in the world, not just in Kenya. Yeah. Okay. So I'm a supporter of content.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you being in the government, lakini hata wewe pia Twitter yako ilienda.
Ilienda bana.
How is that even happening? If someone in power who is supposed to protect us, Twitter yake inaenda, how safe are we?
That shows that this is a big problem, because by the way, when my Twitter went with 500,000, followers, and I had to get a temporary account with 0, I felt it. I really felt it. It was, and it's a conversation personally, because I am privileged to be in government. I'm having with the Twitter, with the TikTok. Today I had a conversation with Mita about unfair. I have my WhatsApp blocked every 3 days. Every 3 days my WhatsApp is blocked. Including last night. And this morning I woke up, I had it, I had it. I told them, no, we can't continue with this. And I did send a word out to Mita Group and told them, look, it's okay to block people's account because of, unacceptable content. But then again, there must be some way of validation, because you can have some malicious people, you can have people who don't like you. Tomorrow you have some people reporting the OBINNA show. And that will happen. Do it. So I think it's a conversation we need to have. It doesn't know who is. By the way, I am government in Kenya, I'm not government in the world. Who can in the world of the billions of people who are out there. So we are in it together. So I do believe that it's a conversation that needs to be had, globally about how we approach those things. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Karibu sana OBINNA show live.
Asante.
Thank you for.
I'm a big fan of fish also. Maybe that's why I also came, as you know.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so.
A big fan of fish.
So
it's because of the fish.
Yeah,
okay. Karibu samaki.
Samaki na usuga, so I hope I'll get some
samaki.
on my way out. Yeah.
All right. So brace for impact.
Yes.
Pia mimi I'm bracing for impact because inaweza kuniramba, inaweza
kuniramba. Relax, bwana.
Me, I'm very relaxed. But I'm just telling you, brace for impact. Wanasema ukienda war front, inafaa ujue any outcome. You can come back home or you might not come back home.
My friend, wewe ni Gen Z, I mean Gen A. So nimeona mambo mangapi zangu nizaliwe. So uchunga nisiku interview.
First of all, una reject ama una support?
There's nothing like rejecting or supporting. Let me explain to you one thing, OBINNA. Finance bill is there every year.
I know that.
There is a finance bill every year.
Yes.
So it's not a question of supporting or rejecting. I was a member of parliament for 10 years.
Okay.
All those 10 years, there are things which were in the finance bill I liked. Maybe I was just a member of parliament, I would not go demonstrating. Okay. And it's normal. I like what's happening. By the way, it is very, very, for me, fulfilling to see what is happening in this country. I've been dying for a long time to have a country that can focus on meaningful conversations, like about our economy, like about our taxation, like about our expenditure. So for me, it's very welcome. It's good. And especially to see young people. Before you could see, especially kuna young people, like the one in Ushago. I am also in charge of some department called National Youth Service. 46,000 people who are, under me, who are not as privileged to be where you are, wearing a tie and all that, like you are today. But to see young people engage in matters of finance, matters of economy, for me it's very fulfilling. It's better than the normal banter we have about tribalism, about divisions, about some political competition. So I like what's happening. It's welcome. It may have some things that I really don't, I think should be done differently. But I think for me it's a fresh relief from the kind of conversations we've been having in this country.
This thing you guys are doing from the government, it looks like a PR exercise, because initially you guys you downgraded, you ignored, you dismissed the Gen Z, including the likes of David D. There was Ichungwa, Cheriot. They're like, oh, what wakule sijui nini, kuku, whatever. Then now all of a sudden, guys are like, oh, now we love the conversation. Now let's have the conversation. Looks like a PR act. Even the president was someone said, oh, now I like the guys are talking about it. And we're like, yes, they're talking about it because they don't want it. Why not just dismiss it, start afresh?
My name is Moses Kuria. Tell me any one time I have said something contrary to this. And you know I'm a very public person.
Yeah, but
you know, so please, I mean all I say and I say all I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know I'm not one to shy off from giving my position. If I don't like what you're saying, if you like what I'm saying, you know, I'm not one of shy of saying. I mean it that I find this dynamism is the next big thing that is going to drive this country forward. Energy. You know, there was a lot, it was very disappointing that the only time you find Kenyans, especially young Kenyans, contributing to a discourse is utawekelea Man U ama Man City. So this is, for me even, it's good. This is what we should have had all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, not just betting about EPL. Okay. It affects our lives. Can I do something? I've been watching electoral trends for a long time in this country. And last year, 2022, we had 22 million registered voters, out of which 15 million people voted. 7 million people did not vote. They are the ones who are voting now. 7 million people, they didn't vote. They are the ones who are voting now. I think it's belated. They should have voted then. But they're the ones who are voting now. The voices you hear are the 7 million people who never voted. And I think this should be a lesson. It should be a wake-up call to everybody, from Gen A to Gen Z.
But
that when we have got opportunities for discourse, when we have opportunities to have our voice heard, let's put all the voices on the table, because how we are going to develop this country and how we are going to build, you know, a progressive society is seizing the moment to have a discourse. Probably if the 7 million people voted, maybe I would not be sitting where I'm sitting. Probably. Okay. Maybe I would be chongai viazi in Gatun.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Now, let's talk about the collective responsibility of cabinet secretaries. We have a couple of people who are missing. Let's talk about the two that have gone missing. We have Mutai and Rex. And none of you has spoken about it, not even the president.
On
the abductions. We have young people who are expressing themselves peacefully. They're being shot, they're being abducted, they're going missing, but collective responsibility of the cabinet secretaries, all of you are now playing like, sasa amuoni sasa. You have no idea what is happening. Nobody has come out to condemn it. Nobody has come out to say, oh, watu wako hapa na hii imefanyika. Nothing is happening.
What about if I engage in rumor mongering and gossiping about where they are and speculating?
No, but you
know, how will society take me as someone who sits on such a privileged position, who is saying things that they are not sure of? You know, my word for many people, you know, because I carry the flag of a government minister, means a lot for people. I ought to be so sure of what I'm saying. I need to be very double sure. What about if I say something and then it turns out differently? So I have suffered before.
So in short, you're saying you don't know where the people who are being abducted are.
I don't know for sure.
So you guys are in charge of the government.
Is it abduction? You know, if it is abduction by a government, this government saw.
They're being abducted by people dressed in police uniforms.
We saw, you know, if for sure, let me say something. If for sure this government committed that the era of abductions, the era of finding people in Ribayala,
yes.
Remember we said that, you know, is gone. I personally, I was in Bomas of Kenya, yeah, during the elections of 2022. People disappeared. People who are working for us, for media, young people disappeared. Some people who came from India to work for us, they just disappeared and they were found dead. And because of those people who are, I believe, were murdered by the other regime, we saw that the era of abductions, the era of, you know, extrajudicial killings is long gone. So I am telling you, if it turns out that the government that I serve is anyhow remotely even related to abductions, I would be the first one to speak out and to condemn it.
Good.
Because that's not about collective responsibility. That for me is values. That's what for me is
Plus
morality.
collective
And that's for
responsibility.
me is from the experience that you've come from in the past.
Yes, but you're a CS. So
Yes.
in short, you're saying you have no idea whether people are being abducted,
remember,
or you have no idea who is abducting
in the
them.
2017 elections, I made a reckless statement.
Okay.
I have paid for it. Please understand where I'm coming from. I talked about things I didn't know. Remember the Musando affair?
Yeah, when ulipata gari huko Roysambu,
imagine, and I said about some
of
things.
which ulikuwa unafanya nini huko?
Imagine it, well, mi sijaokoka.
Like Musando goes missing, then you just happen to be somewhere. Kwenye gari yake iko, you are the one to.
I was called by someone from a media house and told me, unajua ile gari inatafutwa iko hapa Roysambu 1 2 3.
Na ukasema you can't send your aides.
Sasa kwa nini tubane kwa nini? That's why I'm telling you, Obinna, just to give it to context, that's why I'm being very, very, very careful and very measured, yeah.
Okay.
Because you can imagine that 7 years how much I've suffered, or being accused of something which I know from the deep of my heart that I wouldn't do some few things.
So you had nothing to do with it?
And I had nothing to do with it, of course.
In Sando's
Never.
you were not in play.
Never. And I've really, really suffered. And I'm very, very careful, especially in situations where human beings are concerned, human life is concerned. You might find yourself saying something, and you just find yourself on the wrong lane. It happens.
Okay.
And because you have never gotten yourself in that kind of an experience, I will be very sparing in terms of getting involved, saying something that you are not sure.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So you'll not say anything you're not sure of. You said you don't know.
And what I'm saying for, if it turns out there's an abduction,
yes,
or something, sinister,
yes,
I'll be the first one to speak out and to condemn it.
Good. But you are in the government.
Yeah.
So the government is not in control because people are missing and the government has no idea
I do believe
where the people are going. That means
I do believe
who's
Obinna,
in charge?
I do believe, Obinna, that the respective security agents, and security matters are very sensitive. I do believe, that I'm not speaking about it, or that someone is not calling me about it. It's the same way that I will not tell them about everything about public service. Sometimes you just respect people's reins. You let the processes run their full course. Doesn't mean that something is not being done. For example, yeah.
Kizungu mingi na catwalk. You've actually gone round and round and round. You've not addressed the elephant in the room. Basically, the government has no idea who is abducting us. So that means the government is not in control. That means, as a country, tuko kwa shida. The ones who are supposed to protect us don't know even who is abducting us.
Sasa kwa nini unaweka maneno kwa mdomo yangu, ndugu? Nimekwambia, I believe something is being done.
We believe in what we don't know. What you know, you don't believe in.
Yeah.
We believe what you know. Like, do you know how to walk? You know how to walk. I believe I can. No. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then you believe. So if you believe, that means you don't know. And if you don't know and you're in the government,
well, security matters are very sensitive, Obinna.
But you're supposed to be informed.
And as I'm telling you that, by the way, not everybody in government is supposed to be informed about security matters. Security matters is a privileged information. Okay. That is privileged information.
Sawa.
Yeah?
Let's come
and
down
sometimes you leave it like that, rest. And I'm telling you, the personal experience I had 7 years ago, whether I'm a minister or not, makes me very, very, very cautious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's come down to the Mandamano. Mm-hmm. You've seen Gen Z are protesting, and we are supporting them, myself included. Why are police using force, and they are protesting peacefully?
Let me first of all start by saying, this is the most peaceful demonstration. Well, you saw that police also lose their hands.
That is carelessness or accident in the line of duty. Nobody threw the tear gas. He had it, but we were shot at. Why are we using live bullets to peaceful protesters? You are in the government.
Well, You give the people what they want, you know.
Let's get serious. Those ones are there, isn't the jokes and everything. But why are police using force?
Yeah, I think
to
be fair, let us be fair to each other.
Okay.
I have been fair to the demonstrators. Okay. I think, unlike all other demonstrations, even starting from my 11th floor office of Harambee House, looking at the demonstrations, you know, I was a student leader at the University of Nairobi, and I read the most massive demonstrations ever seen on this country. Sometimes looking at these demonstrations, they look sweet, they look romantic, you know. So it's good, you know. It's very peaceful. You know,
demonstration romantic.
No, they look cool, you know. They look somehow cool, because I wish, and I think that's also a lesson. And one of the best things that is happening now is the lack of political heads on these demonstrations that are happening. I go to Paris now and then. In Paris, in the morning, you find demonstrations going this way, in the afternoon this way. You don't even know which demonstration you are in, and it's become a way of life. I think slowly, as we merge, this is going to be a way of life whereby people are going to feel free to go and demonstrate and go and express what they don't like about this and that. So the demonstrations have been largely peaceful. The police, even though there have been incidents of tear gas, etc., regrettably.
Not
so,
etc.
Yeah.
Live bullets, we've lost 2. Others have been abducted. Question is why?
Let's not revisit questions of abductions. We have. I think we have.
Let's talk death.
Death is regrettable at all times.
But why are police using force?
Death is regrettable at all times.
Because ukanipeleka Paris, ukanirudisha kwa Harambee, ni ukarudisha kwa enzi yako ya demonstrations, but tunaongea kwa sasa.
Yeah.
We have this big issue. Hata kesho tuko kwa ground. Okay.
You know, tomorrow, let's say, for example, tomorrow. Let's just do tomorrow, just to give a context to the past. Yeah? Give me a minute. If the CS for Interior today has released the rules, I think you guys followed that, on what should be done. If those things are followed, why would there be need to use tear gas? Why would there be need to use force? He said clearly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Freedom of expression is guaranteed in the Constitution. Freedom of association is guaranteed in the Constitution. If we all keep to the lanes of decency, why would there be a problem?
Which are?
No violence.
Who's been
keep
fighting?
To the lanes.
Gen Zs have not fought anybody.
Keep to the lanes.
They can't even fight. They are our children. Your sons or your grandchildren.
Absolutely.
Are there.
My grandchildren.
Okay. Sorry, your sons.
My son.
But why are police using force? You've not answered that, Mheshimiwa. You're still going heavy.
Sometimes police use force because demonstrators also cross the line of what is legit. And what I'm asking for, first of all, as a Kenyan, secondly, as a parent, thirdly, as someone who is in government, I would just wish to say, if everybody would play to the rules. And I think there's a member of parliament, I think for some place called Berry North, who has put in a bill of how we should do this demonstration, etc. Let people not see it as a bad thing, because we need to be a country led by the rule of law. By the way, Somalia, during the time of Siad Barre, maybe you are not born, they were cheering those people there until today, because of not playing to the rules. There's no country, there's a country called Somalia, but you see what they have gone through. Because if we don't have a playbook, a rules book, if we don't play by the rules, the result is anarchy. That anarchy, by the way, is not going to consume government. It's going to consume citizens and everybody.
Mheshimiwa, those
do you have any problem with following the rules?
No. We don't have a problem with following the rules.
Yeah.
But if the rules are oppressive,
yeah.
Let's bring, what's the elephant in the room? The Finance Bill 2024, right? It's being shoved down our throats. 99% of the country is like, we don't want. You've been an MP for, you said 10 years.
Yeah.
Why are we still discussing it? Why can't they just do away with it, then we start afresh? Why are they pretending like they're peeling some parts, they're removing some parts?
You can't do without a finance bill. It is in the Constitution.
Good.
Unless you want to overthrow you can't.
Good.
You can say how the finance bill looks like.
Good. You can't do without. No.
A finance bill is part of the Constitution.
Which is okay.
You can only say, mimi finance bill ya blue siitaki, nataka hii ya red.
Yes, Mheshimiwa. Now the solution is here. I have a solution for you.
Yes.
why don't we suspend it, then we extend the one that we were using before as we amend, and then we start again with a new one. Happened in 2022.
Where do you come from? Do you vote?
Yes, I do.
Where do you come from?
It doesn't matter. It does not.
No, you have an MP, isn't it?
Yes, I have an MP.
But he is there. Sisi kama serikali
My MP voted no.
Correct, democracy. Clap. Mwingine akavuti yes. Ili tunataka mwingine vote no, mwingine vote yes. Na tutakuwa nchi nzuri sana.
Wacha kupaka hii kitu mafuta hivi. Tunaongea hivi. In 2022
wacha kuinyambia because you know
in 2022 it was extended. Why can't we do it again?
Sasa siwaambie mbunge wako na mimi niwaambie wangu.
Tushaambia mbunge wetu, but why are you guys buying?
Sasa unajua nimekwambia shida ni gani?
Yes.
Hii 7 million people. Si nimekwambia?
Wachana na 7 million people.
Sasa hii 7 million hakuvote. Wacha wewe vote. Unajua 7 million people hakuvote. 7 million people hakuvote.
Yes.
Sasa hivi wanajaribu kuvote
hapo.
Hapana, usitoke hapo because me I don't want my son grow up to akifikiria kutovote ni vizuri halafu aenda aanze kulalamika. Hapana, tukubaliane. Do you agree to be voting?
I voted.
Go and tell these other 7 million people who never voted, if you don't vote, you get what you deserve.
Now you see all the Gen Zs on the street, we are getting votes.
Very good. And do you know something? I was doing my projection. You know, I've done a degree in statistics. Do you know what I think? By 2027, the Gen Zs will have 12 million votes, if they are serious. Please come and vote me out. Okay. Come and send me home. I go and eat together.
Do you want to know the twist to this story?
Yeah.
When people are voting and they're saying 7 million people did not vote, this finance bill was not in action.
Precisely. But maybe if I'm the wrong government, and you use your 7 million, I will not be anywhere near creating a finance bill. You will have to live with your consequences.
Mheshimiwa, umezunguka, ukaimarinate, ukanini.
Let us have a country. And you know, I respect you for even having me on this show. This is what we need as a country. Wengine wanapenda, wengine wapendi.
Which is okay. But majority wamesha sema no. Why are we still forcing it?
Majority gani? Sisi tuko bunge sasa.
Aya. Tuko bunge ndio, inaendelea. Watu wameona the unrest.
By the way, do you know this finance? If you ask me, from an executive point of view, executive, government, Gava,
yes.
Wacha bunge. From Gava point of view, this bill was largely withdrawn. If you look at the concessions that were made before this bill was tabled to Parliament, mukate out, sijui gari out, sijui nini out.
Mumefanya ile kitu ya baba shikeni kaswiti ni nini, so we know na mukaficha mavitu zenyu huko ndani. Like for example, let's just talk about a few of the taxes that are there.
Good.
Let's talk about the sugarcane transportation. Huh? The tax on sugarcane transportation.
I think if I was MPs tomorrow, I will remove that one.
Okay.
You see?
Okay.
If I was an MP tomorrow, and for the few who listen to me,
motor vehicle
will be removed. Kitambo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Land,
I think it is going to be removed. I have seen a swelling. Yes, because I'm not in Parliament. I quit there. Murinitoa.
Let's talk about cancer.
And you know what you're saying here.
Let's talk about cancer first, Mheshimiwa. Before to deviate.
No, I don't like to deviate. I just want to applaud you. I just want to applaud you because
I appreciate.
That is a conversation.
But now,
that is a conversation we should be having on specific issues.
Sasa tunatuangana tuko kwa war front. Yes. Tuwache hizi zingine. Tunamenyana sasa.
Yes.
Turudi hapa kwa cancer. Who taxes cancer treatment?
It is wrong.
Why don't you tell the president is your friend?
President amemaliza na yake. President is not a dictator. President is dictator kama wewe hata akobina show sahi. Amemaliza, iko na kina Babu, kina Radwa.
So who is buying the MPs?
Mimi
to
siko na
pass
receipt.
The finance bill?
Mimi siko na receipt. I just had one MP say they were being bought. Yeah? Okay. You know, one man against 349.
It takes one brave person.
Yeah, to produce receipts.
Let's Kwani nilikuwa nimeamua nitacheka kwa hii.
Cheka ndio yako ya mwisho.
Haya.
Utanifollowiwa hadi ya mwisho. Enjoy your life.
Okay. Why is the government so focused on chasing ghost leaders?
Kama gani?
The leader for the Gen Z?
Who is the leader for Gen Z?
It's a ghost leader. That's the whole point.
No, I don't.
We know someone is paying the Gen Z. And it's just young people who are self-driven and they're like, hey, wait a minute. And they're very woke and they're opinionated and they're like, no, we don't like this thing and we're gonna. It's not like the millennials. The millennials were like, tunangoja mtu atuambie tuende hivi, mtu atuambie turushe mawe, mtu atuambie. Gen Z walikam peke yao.
Acha nikuulize OBINNA. First of all, yes. I'll answer your question, but let me ask you. Why are you so confident to say MPs are being bought, but Gen Zs are not being bought? Wewe nijibu.
So Gen
wewe nijibu. Umesema mbunge, amesema
between me and you, who relates with Gen Zs more?
Huh? Who?
Between me and you.
You never know. How many do you sponsor? Mimi nisiponyoa wengi, so
oh, okay.
Tuachie hapo tu.
Touche. However, why is the government so focused on looking for ghost leaders? Like, oh, we're looking for this person.
I don't think. I think I just had one person. I think talk about people being sponsored.
Okay.
For me, it doesn't matter whether people are being sponsored or not. Okay. What I would die for is honest conversations.
Okay.
Like what we're having here, and realizing that for every conversation there are two sides of the coin. Wengine watapenda, wengine watakuwa namna hii. You know, and that's, you know, really, everybody wants the best for this country.
Okay.
And I really like what's happening because now I feel confident kidogo of the kind of country that I'm going to give to my children, where people know what is good for them. Even being unrealistic and unreasonable is democratic right. It's part of the country growing.
Who's being unrealistic?
Maybe you would think I'm being unreasonable, unrealistic. Maybe I would think the same of you. All I'm just saying is these two sides of the coin to every conversation is something very good for this country. It's something that we need to nurture. And personally, for the remaining part, time for me or not.
Don't manage me. Unani manage. Oh, I like these conversations. They have to. Is the third time you're saying it?
Uko na kalamu na karatasi?
Is the third time you're saying it? Ndio hii niko na notes zangu hapa.
Niandikie vile nitakujibu. Sasa kama
oh wow, okay. The way you like the way people are open, umeniambia 3 times. I'm like, come on.
Abana, you are bullying me. Wacha kunipure bana.
Let's shift conversation.
Tafuta wale wasele la mimi ni ule chuma leo bana.
When is Bochunga an interview? I've seen your reputation precedes. Now, MPs, according to the finance bill, the way it's being voted yes or no in the parliament, they're voting along party lines. You know, you've also noticed it. You are an MP for about 10 years, okay? They're voting against party lines and not for the state. So, from what you're seeing, between the state and the party, which one comes first?
You can't say 100%. Maybe largely. You have a point for you not to say I'm managing you. I have got ODM people, for example, who voted for yes. We have got UDA people who voted for no. What a beautiful display of democracy. What a beautiful display. But anyway, people are supposed to vote along party lines, but with conscience.
So is the party first before the state?
Yeah?
Is the party first?
Party before the state. Because but they, people, and I like, for example, ODM, the oldest party we have in this country. Imagine, kama ODM watu hawangekuwa wanafuata party lines for all those since 2005. How many years are those? 20 years almost. Kungekuwa na chama inaitwa ODM kama watu hawangekuwa wanafuata nini? Sera ya chama. Si mnasema ni sera sio sura. Ona umebadilika.
Okay. I hear you. Now, let's conclude on this matter for the finance bill, because I still have other issues that I want to discuss with you. How do you see this ending?
I think what will happen is that the democracy will prevail.
Okay.
People have their say, people have... By the way, the gains of Gen Z so far cannot be reversed, as I'm saying. What they need to do, what the Gen Z need to do is to harness it. Maybe not Gen Z, maybe the country need to harness it. The gains are already there. Man, to have young people not talk about EPL, kuwekelea kichwa ama maua na kuwekelea simba kwa TikTok. Mzuri sana. Tamu kabisa.
Okay. That's your answer.
Yes. Whichever it happens, we have already, our democracy has advanced. Whichever way it goes, I think we are better off as a country. However it ends, I think we never come back to this era of people not getting involved because, finance bill is too complicated. Economics is for, I don't know, for people who had what? Actual scientists like Babu. Hapana, sahi mtu wote. Yeah? For whatever motivation, are going to be involved in this national discourse. Let us not lapse back again to vanity. Let us now start getting here to discuss simple topics, vain topics, but also complicated topics like the finance bill. It is good.
Okay. Now, let's remove the office, your office to take aside, politician side to take aside. Sijasema utoe koti.
Okay, sir.
Kwani koti ni ofisi. So, let's talk like human beings, decent human beings. Like, sasa you're outside the government.
Yeah.
Do you believe?
Are you saying that government is not decent?
Do you believe, okay, if the government is decent, tell me one person in the government who is clean.
Let's not go
All
there.
of you guys have been accused of certain things. You have court cases.
Where do you gonna cleanometer?
Sijasema hivyo.
Bana.
Sijasema
You know,
hivyo.
this
But
thing of,
it's in the public domain. Nearly everybody in the government, either it's a court case or a situation here and there. So, if you can show me one person who's clean in the government, we can say, but if it's not there.
But anyway, what do I tell you?
Sema
There's
kwa
nothing
cool.
wrong with a court case.
I've not said anything.
There's nothing wrong with having a court case because that's why we have a judiciary. So things can go their whole course, There's nothing wrong with having a case to answer. There's nothing absolutely wrong.
Okay.
And that's why we have got a country again that is run by the rule of law and the constitution, But anyway, back to your decency
where
thing.
there's
I think
smoke,
I
there's
distracted
fire,
you.
right?
Yeah?
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
There is bad people everywhere in society.
Okay.
Everywhere. Hata
Now,
kwa kanisa.
Let's go back to the
Hata
part
kwa
for...
OBINNA show.
Yes. So let's go to the part where now let's remove you from the government. Decent human beings. Do you believe overtaxing citizens to death is the solution?
No, there's not the solution.
You've seen all the unnecessary, unexplainable taxes that have been introduced.
No.
Do you subscribe to that
No.
school of thought?
Let me tell you something.
So you don't?
No, let me tell you something.
Okay.
Today, we paid how much did we pay again? We paid quite amount of money in the Eurobond. Yeah, today the Eurobond, close to 500 million US dollars that was spending there from taxes, from debts that were taken before today, and we did it 3 days before schedule. We don't owe the Eurobond anymore. We would be
irresponsible. So you're saying we've cleared Eurobond?
We have cleared Eurobond. Imagine. Today I will
so we can get that on record?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know, today I will sleep a happy man. We've cleared the Eurobond. Hey, hatuta auctioniwa. Yeah? Okay. Because, it was very easy to jump over the cliff. Just imagine, for you, it is easy and it is enough for you to look at it only from the taxation point of view. What I know for sure, the kind of hole we are in, and what a good day to have this conversation like today, is because historically, as a country, collectively, zingine hata sikuwa nimezaliwa, we have made mistakes as a country. Yeah, we made mistakes as a country. My grandfather's generation created problems for my father. My father's generation created problems for me. I, admittedly, have created problems for you and Gen Z and those people. It's a cumulative something that together we have messed each other. We need to be spending more time now asking, because we are in this hole and we're in this together, will it help anyone to start saying, ni ile serikali ya Uhuru, ni ile ya Kibaki, ni ile ya Moi, ni ile ya mkoloni? We are in this together. And why I like the fact that it's Gen Z, yeah, who is having this conversation on matters like debt. You have more years to pay debt than me. Unless you commit suicide, and I know you're a decent man. Because I think on a balance of probabilities.
Are you sugarcoating the part for the tax?
Ukitaka ni short quote, I'll short quote. But I'm telling you the truth. But that historically, we have found ourselves into issues, into a situation. Situation maybe even us wouldn't want to have been in this situation. How do we move from here going forward? First of all, it is for you, because you are the one who will pay the debt more than me. On a balance of probabilities, you have more years to live than me. You will pay debt more longer than me. You will fight this hole more than me. To have Gen Z now involved in this conversation is the right thing, because they have got disproportionate share of, for example, the debt. If we didn't pay the Eurobond that we cleared today, by the way, for example, do you know how much is the shilling to the dollar? It's 130. I'm not saying this like those flowery things. Unajua to manage exchange rate, blah, blah, blah. But if we never paid the Eurobond today, tomorrow, or let's say today is 24th, in 7 days' time, 1st of July, and the whole world says Kenya has defaulted on Eurobond, do you know how much would have been the shilling to the dollar? On the very minimum, and I'm telling you, like someone who has done economics to the highest level, on the very minimum, the Kenyan shilling the dollar would have been 250 shillings. On the very minimum.
But you know, the Eurobond that you're talking about did not even help us. That's money that went to people's pockets. So why are we being...
Sasa tusilipe sasa, tufanye nini sasa?
No,
sasa tu-auctioniwe
sasa. Okay, no, but why
sasa
are we paying...
How do we responsible?
Why you guys
give
know...
me a solution.
Okay.
Give me a solution.
The government knows...
Give me a solution.
The government knows...
Okay, we are wrong.
I didn't say that. I'm saying the government knows the people who took the Eurobond. I don't have Fuliza. Mheshimiwa, we are losing direction of the conversation.
I'm asking you.
Do you believe overtaxing people to death is right?
It is not right.
It is wrong, right?
We need to get a solution. Can I give you the solution?
Yes.
The solution is that we need to reform our whole two things. We need to reform. We need to reform our taxation, get more people to pay, and people must admit that there's nothing wrong with paying taxes.
Nobody has said they don't want to pay taxes. We are not saying we don't want to pay taxes. We pay taxes. But over-taxation and where the money moves places where you can't explain, that's the problem.
That's the second question. That's the second part. I'm coming to that.
Okay.
And you'll find we have no disagreement on the second part.
Okay.
Let me spend time on the first one. Now, our tax policy is the few people of me and you who are paying taxes are carrying a very big burden of the taxation. Very few. That's why it looks heavy. Obinna, if we reform our tax regime and we have so many people paying taxes, especially willingly, and that's what really, I can even go on my knees to ask Kenya that if we can just agree, let's all of us share this burden. For example, VAT, 16%. I do not see a reason. I do not see a reason why we should not bring down VAT to 12%. If we get many people to shoulder this burden going forward.
But with the way the government is working, do you think it's going to work?
I think we need to have some faith. We need to have some
faith.
Yeah, we need to have some faith.
Faith?
Yes. By the way, my hero in this country is one Juguna Dung. That man is doing a lot to reform this tax policy. And remember, he's a refined economist. He was governor of central bank before. These things take time, but from inside now, I can tell you the measures he's putting in place to pay tax, to reform the tax policy, to get much more people. We have assistance from people like the government of Denmark who are assisting us in this. How do we unravel this thing? How can I have a pack of people, very few people, carrying the burden for so many people? You know, so the minute we share this burden among so many people, the tax burden will come down. Okay. Right now, we are in a fix.
Are we being taxed heavily to renovate houses?
That's now the second part of the conversation. What do we do with the money? Okay? Yes. I do believe that, and I'm saying this as a cabinet secretary in charge of public service, performance and delivery management. And this is something I say in private and I say in public. We are very wasteful as a government. We are very wasteful. We are living beyond our means. We have got things that we are doing that can be reduced. Kenyans are right to demand of us to live within our means. And that, when it comes to how we spend the taxes, I have come here to Gen Z, meaning Gen Z squared.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to, I'm in charge of something called the Kenya School of Government. It's under me, it's under my ministry. I've introduced a mandatory course in government called Living Within Your Means. Yeah? And every civil servant will have to go through that and undergo that. If they don't know how to live within our means, I will teach them how to live within our means, because we cannot be spending all the money that already Kenyans are complaining about on mandazi, on travel, on such kind of, especially where there is no benefit. So some things are legitimate, some things are justified, but still we have a lot of things, hidden accounting there, that is masking a lot of, I do believe from where I see it, that we can be able to cut close to around 30 to 30% of our budget without affecting government delivery, just by really focusing on this issue of living within our means.
What are some of the things that the government is doing that you don't support?
In terms of expenditure?
Yes.
I think there is a lot of seminars, my friend.
Seminars?
Unachukua simu, unapigia mtu, uko wapi? 7 out of 10 people niko Naivasha.
Okay.
You would think it is Happy Valley or something.
Okay.
You know, but it's just a way of people allowances, per diems and all that. My God. Mtu anakuambia, unajua, you send someone, like for example, I'm taking a day flight to Mombasa. You find my office has sent a driver and a car. The other day I was in Mombasa. I discovered, I didn't know, I thought I was going to have like another vehicle there. There are a lot of governments here in Mombasa. I'm only there for a day. I found my driver, my bodyguard, vehicle has gone all the way to Mombasa. I said, this is too much, I didn't ask for this.
What did you do about it?
No, of course I made notes about it. I'm talking about just
but
a few
now
days
after
ago.
you knew, so what did you do?
By the way, I'm driving that policy now about vetting who, people who are traveling for example, to Mombasa, ought not to have their drivers and bodyguards and vehicles going down to Mombasa. But then you know what is the justification I'm giving? Forget about what I'm doing about it. Do you know what's the justification?
Yeah.
Sasa, unajua huo mtu hajakuwa na trip. Unajua sasa hii ni mwezi ya pili hajapata per diem. It's not because I need it.
Okay.
Because there is somebody, it is an avenue for per diem. It is like a policy for equalization.
So whatever the government is doing that you don't support is just seminars?
No, there's a host of other things, and we are into this. By the way, it's my ministry which is leading this exercise.
Okay.
OBINNA called me up here after 6 months, ask me the same question. So I'm leading this exercise of ensuring that we cut waste and we cut unnecessary expenditure.
Okay. So you and I both agree that the government is having unnecessary or wasteful expenditure.
Wasteful.
But also we are being taxed more, so we can. So what do we need to fix? Do we need to fix the expenditure or do we need to get taxed more?
Both. No, what you need to do, two things. Yeah, two things. On the taxation.
Which one comes first?
First of all, expenditure, I'm with you.
So we need to fix our expenditure.
No, we need to fix our expenditure. With or without, because that's what is within our control.
So we need to pause on the tax.
No, don't pause on the taxes because you can't stop a country.
No. Now the ones that are being added.
A country is your TV.
No, it's okay. Mheshimiwa, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones that are being added now. They are necessary taxes that are now fingering the normal money.
By the way, the reason for taxation sometimes, and I'm not here to teach you economics, I don't want to teach you, is not just for money sometimes. Sometimes it's for policy. I'll give you an example. Last year, when I was Minister for Trade, I put in a tax for taxing unnecessary imports, things that we can be able to manufacture here. Because I want people to have jobs here. Man, do you know, you are happy you are here in Kireresho. You go to the countryside on any day, without a loudspeaker. Unasimamisha gari unaona kama ni ya mheshimiwa hapo. Inajaa. You think those people have come from their jobs to come and because you are very handsome? No, they have come there because they have nothing to do. We have these huge problems of unemployment, admittedly, and when we keep on importing things from out there, denying our country of jobs, we are really sabotaging and undermining ourselves. So last year I put in taxes for imports which are necessary from outside. Did I do that because of the revenue part of it, of the money part of it? No, I did it to discourage that guy. As a result, a factory for cement, which was not there for clinker, has opened up in West Pokot. Today, before I came to this, I called the guy who's running the owner of that factory. 2,800 people he's employed as a result of deliberate policies that I put in there.
That's one policy. Then also, you and I both know it is cheaper to import than
absolutely,
manufacture.
It is, yes.
And also the industry
economy
in the country is dead.
I will not allow. I will not allow.
You not allow, but it's already
I
happening.
will not allow.
Importing
Simply,
is cheaper.
No.
Manufacturers are
I
opting
will
to
make
manufacture
it
in
very
Uganda and
expensive.
Tanzania.
I will not make it very expensive. I will make importation very expensive.
You will, but you've been in power for 2 years.
I did my bit. I'm very proud of that. I did my bit. Factories are moving back. I taxed import of cement. I taxed import of steel.
Okay.
This year, we are going to, by the way, tunaweka, I don't know, I have not seen the last version, but tunaweka tax ya 25% kwa viatu. Kama unataka kununua Italia, kama unataka to buy from Italy, prepare to buy, to pay more. Tuko na Ngozi hapa, we have got the second largest herd of cattle which can produce shoes in Africa, right here in Kenya. If you tell me that I'll be popular because I have allowed Gucci shoes,
no.
You bring Gucci shoes all you want, but you will pay for it.
Let me ask you a normal question that a normal Mwananchi will ask you.
Yes.
Okay? So you put heavy taxes on imports.
Yes.
But you don't empower the industries here because you're also taxing them heavily so they cannot manufacture, but people can also not import.
Do you know
Do you see the situation that you're trying to create?
The people,
what are you doing to the equilibrium of the market?
The people who are manufacturing here, by the way, let me give you an example. You know, I'm no longer in that ministry. When I left there, I left most of these taxes for imports at 17%. They are called actually the Moses Kuria levies and taxes for the imports. So there was a suggestion to make them 10%. This is very interesting. Very interesting. Fact your story. So I said, okay. I told the minister and I told the president, if that's what you guys agree with, industry is fine. So they call a meeting. The president was chairing the meeting, the minister and the industry. And I'm saying this is a public watch show. So I cannot rely on this kind of a show. Do you know what they said? Dare you remove that 17%? We are now investing with more certainty. We are applying for more permits. By the way, to change a country takes some deliberate, sometimes painful processes. And because me, I don't want to be anything else, Obinna. I just want to do a good job. Leave my legacy for this country. Live a better life for my children and the children of this country and go. Okay. I really say that we must make deliberate, sometimes painful decisions.
Okay.
Yeah? Nikisimama kula tena uninyime.
Oh yeah. What are you wearing that is Kenyan made?
Hapa kuna kitu ya Kenya lakini nalipa taxes. Sasa hizo mimi silalamiki. Sasa shida yako ni nini? Okay. Unaona sasa ndio tunasema freedom of choice. Unaona?
So when you are the CS of trade, when umesema we are wasteful, but you rented offices uko to Rivers against the directive of the government that office what wagava inafaa kuwe pali fulani.
Do you know how much I was paying in that office?
I have no idea.
Zero. Go back to record.
Oh, zero. So ulipatiwa donation.
Nilipatiwa donation because people thought that the agenda you were doing was more suited for them.
So mtu akakuita akakwambia chukua ofisi for free.
Yeah, and by the way, it's a government office. That company which owns that building, it's owned predominantly by Kenyan government.
Okay.
Yeah, government is the largest shareholder of that one. It's like kukuuliza kwa nini unaenda home.
Okay. Aya. How are you supporting Kenyan manufacturers since nothing you're wearing is Kenyan? You're an importer.
I'm putting laws, I'm putting policies, I'm putting taxes. I am going to ensure that. By the way, why are you not mentioning my industrial parks? Every corner of the country, I started industrial park. 32 out of 47.
I have that in the conversation.
Out of 47 counties.
And they are not functional.
Yeah?
They are not functional.
No, they are in the process. They are in the process.
They are not functional.
They are in the process. At least when I was
I have my receipts like this.
Give it to me.
No, umesema I started. Nyinyi ni wale wa okay, stadium. So munaenda munasema ndio hii alafu it's not functional but it's a shell. So yes, you say industrial parks, but none of them is functional.
No, let me say something. But then we are not behind schedule. We are not behind schedule. And I do believe that by the end of this year, take it from me, in 6 months' time, all the industrial parks will be functional.
6 months' time.
6 months' time.
Umeanza mambo ya 6 months' time.
Okay, 5 months. But I am very sure of what I'm saying. I am very sure. I am extremely sure of what. Because hiyo kitu sio mambo ya kazi, my friend.
No, but
that's part of my legacy and my legacy for this country.
But in your legacy, you believe, and I'm like, the fact that you're believing means you've not put strategy enough because hope is not a strategy.
No, I'm following up, by the way, Obinna. I can tell you every place I went, whether it is Riwa in Homa Bay, whether it is Alego in Siaya, whether it is, Rumuruti in Laikipia, whether it is in every place that I open industrial park, I will see to it that it gets completed, and not in infinite period, but within this calendar year.
Yeah.
Because, and when that happens, this country will change. This country will start changing. This country will now start distributing jobs. You know?
Let me throw a spanner in the works. Why were you shuffled from trade?
Because it's prerogative of the president to shuffle. What is wrong with public service?
You cannot be shuffled if you're delivering, or maybe you are over-delivering.
I was over-delivering, so I was asked to go and donate my skill to other places.
So it's like, oh my God, wow.
Can I ask you some questions?
Please come
before I became Minister for Public Service, what did you know about public service? What did you know?
You know, the fact that your face is very recognizable.
Handsome.
Then you've been in the...
Did you say handsome?
But yeah. But the fact that people see you and they remember you, like umesema kwa story ya Msando you are... So what ukiona umemali wana pay attention, it doesn't mean it's delivering. Kuna watu wakipindire.
So let me leave it to Kenyans to judge, but I think I'm very proud of my record.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's come to something that I've seen you're doing. You're doing a football tournament around the country?
Tournaments, yeah.
Tournaments.
Yeah.
How many are they?
Well, I started in January. I started in the first region, Mount Kenya region. You know, they say you have to preach in Jerusalem before you go to Judea and the other places.
Okay.
11 counties from Isiolo all the way to Nakuru.
Okay.
66 constituencies. Every constituency had a team. Every constituency had to select like a national team of that constituency.
Okay.
And then they played on a league format and then went to the knockout and all that. And now in 10 days' time, we'll do the grand final. And by the way, it was 10 counties to begin with. Then Isiolo County complained that we are also from the mountain. So we added them. Only 2 constituencies. Do you know who is in the final? One of the teams in the final? Isiolo. The one which came by accident. So these old, what do you call them? You know, like stereotypes. Yeah. That this one can play football, this one cannot play football. But other than football, the whole thing is engaging the youth.
So what's the purpose of this tournament?
It is reforming the youth, engaging the youth. You know, people, especially in that region, are saying, okay, let us use the hard tactics to fight alcoholism, to fight drugs and all that. I said, well, I even got into trouble with a lot of people, even my friends within government. I said, well, it's okay. You can use the hard tactics, okay. You can do all those, measures to use force and to use the police. And I said, but can't we also start asking ourselves, after these young people are removed from alcohol, from drug abuse and all that, what do they do? That's why we organize that tournament. You know, that has been very engaging. Now, after the final on the 7th of July, we are starting the second series in the counties of formerly Western Kenya and Nyanza. 80 constituencies in 11 counties, from Migori to Siaya to Homa Bay, Kisumu, Vihiga, all the way to the Kisii and Nyamiras and all that. So that now, and then finally, we'll move to the other regions and then we'll do one. For me, it is something I've got passion for.
You're doing it out of pocket?
Out of pocket, yes. And me and my friends, my foundation, no government in it.
So break it down for me like this. Team mbili zinakuja kucheza.
Yeah.
Si ndio?
Yeah.
Wana win nini?
Final. Final, number one, and I win 5 million.
Now the first team is winning 5 million.
Yes.
But how many teams are they collectively?
We had 66 teams. We were saying for the
66 teams?
Yeah.
So 66 teams will train.
Yeah. No, 66 they competed. They already competed.
Yeah, but they're training and rehearsing and doing everything.
No, it was a league. It was a league all the way.
That is not being funded.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
How do you mean not being funded? I have been funding it.
You are funding the final?
No.
So all the 66 teams
okay, let me tell you, 66, we were in 8 groups. Let me tell you. Okay. We were in 8 groups. Each group was playing against each other. 7 games for each team, and some of them 9. Each weekend was a game. They were going far away. People were going to places they've never been before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's funding the transport and logistics?
Myself.
Okay, then when
my
they play
foundation.
against each other, how much are they winning at that low level?
At the low level, you just give them allowance. It's part of the playing. You compete for a prize.
Allowance of how much?
We normally will give them around 25,000, 30,000 per team per weekend, and we're talking about 66 teams. And we pay referees, we pay for the logistics, we pay for the all these things. It is heavy. It is taxing. So I'm very grateful to my friends, and to the corporates, because when my foundation came forward and asked for support, we got support from quite a number of corporates, just like I'm going to do in the Western edition that I'm going to do. And by the way, Obinna, the first time I did this, especially for Mount Kenya, the same format was in the year 2011. I was not an MP. I was a nobody. I still did it for the same cause. I remember the final was in Thika Stadium, and Uhuru Kenyatta, then Deputy Prime Minister, was a guest of honor. For me, it's a passion. It's something that I do for the young people of this country, and I do believe in it, and I'll continue doing it.
Okay. So they win 5 million. What next?
Then we hope to get other sponsors. We start another one, and then of course there's a lot of talent search, by the way. By the way, during the final, it's going to be in Kirigiti Stadium. I take this opportunity to welcome you officially. Okay. Roiro, who went to the final against Isiolo North, but you also have a curtain raiser which has been confirmed today, Masemeji Derby, Gor Mahia versus AFC in the final, as we moved into the Western region. I really do hope that my friends, my sponsors, my well-wishers come, and we raise more money and get more people. We need to have courses. I heard you having something for men's mental health awareness. Yes, I read somewhere. Saturday. Yeah. Yes, and I will support, because I really want, if all of us in this country, everybody take a course. Just take one course that you believe in. Hata kama ni Beach Boys or anything. Just anything, just pick a course. Everybody pick a course. Inchi kuna mashida mingi, by the way.
Yeah, Beach Boys ni gani?
Kuna wengine huko pengine rehabilitate, wengine huko, mwingine huko something else. If only all of us. And by the way, nobody has ever invited me for a course that I've never participated in. Yeah, okay. A course. Because
now, let me bring you back to the sports space.
Yeah.
Because you've spoken about football.
Yeah.
Football in Kenya is doing very badly.
Yeah.
As is. Are you having conversations with your fellow CSS and the other PSS to do something about the football and also our athletes? Because currently I'm doing a show, it's called Safaris za Mabingwa. Sponsored by Daka Mamili and Team Kenya. We are hosting athletes. We are just sharing their stories because they go out there, they put Kenya on the map, they come back Kenya, wanarisiviwa na kaflawa kwa airport, then story na crash. Nobody cares about them, how they train, what they do.
So
even Team Kenya.
What is the cost? What are you doing with them?
I'm asking you.
What has been done for them?
No. I'm asking you, are you having conversations with your fellow CSS about how to change the sports industry in Kenya? As it is, we are doing badly.
Let me say this. One, I am really surprised by the Kenyan sports. If this one achievement you've done as a government for the last 2 years, it's sports. I remember during the
achievement.
Yeah. I remember during the World Cup was it 21? It was World Cup 22 in Qatar. And I was watching a game at the residence of the British High Commission with Ababu Namwamba. And just like that, I told him, Ababu, what about if we go and bid for AFCON and we bid for it as a region? And by the way, if you go back to my socials on that day, I did say we are going to bid, because we just agreed. We were also new ministers and maybe we were excited a bit. I said, what about if we try? And I remember one thing I told Ababu, if we try, we might fail. But if you don't try, you'll definitely fail. That's what I told Ababu. And just like that, he took it up. And look at it here. 2027, we are going to have AFCON here. Our under 18 girls have qualified for World Cup. Forget about what it is. A Kenyan team, don't care what it is, has qualified, in case you forgot, for World Cup finals. A Kenyan team. Unprecedented, unheard of.
Yeah. They did, but the government had nothing to do with them. They're just brilliant young people who have talent. We're talking about the facilities that the government is putting in place.
When good things happen, it is the weather. When bad things happen, it's the government.
Okay. Tell me 10 good things that the government has done in the last 2 years.
On
just
what?
10.
On what?
General, everything. Just 10.
My friend.
Just 10 good things that the government has done for its people.
My friend, I don't need to tell you 10. Government does not need to do 10. Government does not need to do 10 good things.
It needs to do 1.
Government needs to do 4 or 5 things.
Let's talk about one good thing that the government has done for its people.
Food.
Which food?
Food.
Which food?
Security.
Which?
Food security. Cost of living is down. 40 million bags of maize in the other year, up 61%, 50%. Figures don't lie. It's liars who figure.
Mheshimiwa, we are figuring out that you're also becoming a liar. On a national platform, we have 8.4 thousand people watching this live, and you're saying that there's food security in the country.
Yes, it doesn't happen by happenstance or by kneeling down and saying a prayer. It is deliberate policies. It doesn't happen like that. It is when we were giving people subsidized fertilizer.
Fake fertilizer is what you're talking about? The soil?
Let me ask
you thought we forgot?
Let me ask you a question.
The fact that we don't talk about
Are we going to harvest fake maize?
No.
You know,
but there was fake fertilizer.
Yeah, there was
it's
fake
a very big
fertilizer,
issue.
Yes, it was a big issue, yes.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, not that every good
We want to
policy is
downplay it.
I want to downplay it because I want to look at the harvest. I want to look at the harvest.
So we use fake fertilizer, but we get...
No, let's look at the harvest. What are you going to tell to the farmer there in Kitale? Ati wewe usipande sababu kuna sijui mavi ya donkey. And then when it comes to harvesting time,
let me ask you, should we consider you a friend or an enemy? Are you our friend or are you our enemy?
I told you I didn't come for groupies. So let's have a conversation.
Which I know, but now you're clearly going against the truth of the matter.
No. We are truthful people.
Times are tough.
No, we are truthful people. Times are tough.
Kenyans are revolting.
Times are tough.
But we are figuring a way to downplay that. Ukipanda na fake fertilizer si mahindi tamea.
Wacha nikwambie, for me I'm saying, harvesting maize this year, I'm really having my calculator. I want to see us reach 80 million bags. Tukifikisha 80 million bags. Nijue sasa hakuna kuimport mahindi. Hizo stories zingine zinaweza kuendelea, my friend.
Tusipofika 80 million bags. Tusipofika.
We have to double our effort. That's for me.
Which effort? We're already being given fake fertilizer. And already taxes are high. So even the farmers are not even happy about it.
Let me ask you, if you meet a farmer today, what do you tell them? By the way, they planted already. What do you tell them? Usitamwambia mkulima nini? Usipande kwa sababu kuna
awambi wasipande because guys are surviving. Guys are surviving.
We are talking, you know, mambo ya chakula, my friend, it's a matter of life and death. It's life and death. Yeah? It's about...
Oh, you need to change battery. Okay. Play the ad for Gold Child. You got it? Yes. What you're seeing now is OBINNA Show Live crew in action. That's my team. That's one of them. We have about 5 of them over here. You're learning videography, photography. Maybe you want to do production. Maybe you want good quality videos and you're wondering what to do. Now, I have a deal for you. Gold Child Media Training Institute. Their poster is going to be on the screen now. Their intake is ongoing. They're trustworthy and they know what to do. You want to get a certificate. You want to get a diploma. You want to get your hands in the action. Usikuna kana sema, I want to be like OBINNA. I want to do what OBINNA does, but you've not gone to school. You have to go to school. That is Gold Child Media Training Institute, and they're presenting to you empowerment through expression. You get in there, you express yourself. Na ukipitia sometimes in the lecture also, utanipata huko, nimepitia naongea na wewe kidogo na kupatia motivation na kuinspire na kuambia by the way ukitaka kama ujamaa burudi pale kidogo. Unaona kazi ile anafanya hapo? You have to go to school for you to learn how to operate that camera. So talk to Gold Child Media Training Institute. You get to enroll now, you get to enroll your son. The schools are closed by the way. Asikae nyumbani sana nini. Anaweza learn part time, then shule zikifunguliwa anarudi. Their contacts are on the screen. Get in touch with them. Ufundishe mtoto wako aweze kufuata passion yake ama ni aje. Yes, what you're seeing. Alrighty, there you have it. That is Gold Child Media Institute. If you're looking for a school to go and enroll and study media, production, you want to do editing, videography, photography, Gold Child Media, they are in town, Development House. You should consider taking your people over there. They have the short courses, so probably during shule zimefungwa, ama unataka tu course kingine kakuongezea, consider joining Gold Child Media Institute. Also, as you can see, my suit today, I've been dressed by Fashion Aid. Yeah, I've been dressed by Fashion Aid. So unajiuliza labda utafikia wapi, wapigie simu, unataka suti kama unataka ku look fitty like this. They're in Karen, that is Fashion Aid and Kubai. They are based in Karen. Their number is 0746 178 778. 0746 178 778. Wanakupatia look moja, very, very polite. Also, another thing you need to note, on Saturday, I am doing a men's mental health awareness walk. Okay? June is the month for men's mental health awareness. But nobody's really talking about it like we should. So I've decided to spearhead this walk. It is a walk for all men. Because globally, according to World Health Organization, 75% of the suicides committed worldwide is men. Oh. That's an alarming number. Men are hurting, men are not talking. The ones who are talking, they don't know how to talk or they don't know who to talk to. So we're doing a walk. We partnered with the Nairobi City County and, of course, the Kenya Police. We're going to do a peaceful walk on Saturday, 29th of June. We are meeting at Uhuru Park at 7 a.m. in the morning. There's going to be entertainment. We also have other partners who are going to be doing free health checks. Wanaume mkuje mpimwe damu inapigaje, roho inapigaje, kidney bado iko kando ya tumbo ama kidney imesonga kwa shingo, wanaangalia hizo zote. So tukishafanya hiyo tunatembea tu town kidogo, tunakuja tunaongeleshwa kidogo so that we are told how to talk and where to address it, okay? It's not an OBINNA event, it is for men. Kuna mtu anasema, no, ni event ya OBINNA. No. It's just that OBINNA is the first one to do it in Kenya because nobody has done it. But we're looking at all the stakeholders, from the government to the non-governmental organizations. It is an alarming rate that we are losing men. Men are hurting, and I'm saying the event is for both women and men. Because most men, we don't know how to organize ourselves. And then also men also fear stigma. Oh, nikienda utafikiri mimi ni cheesy. No. Women, you people know how to organize yourselves. Please, organize us. Your sons, your brothers, your husbands, your cousins, your uncles, your grandfathers, your fathers, bring them. Come with them. Walk with them. Show them that you care and give them a listening ear. And maybe if we do that, we'll see a change. Let's go back to 70, then 60, then 50, all the way to 0. That rate is alarming. So on Saturday, 29th June, 7 a.m., Men's Mental Health Awareness Walk. Happening where? Uhuru Gardens. Na kutana hapo, halafu tunaenda round. Alrighty? And finally, the tour that we are doing with Demo of Facebook, we're going around the country. We've postponed it to August. We are to start on the 5th of July in Narok, Club Elevate and Emirishoi Gardens. Tumesongeza kwa nini? Saizi tuko maandamano. Tunapambana. We are rejecting finance bill for now. We are focusing on one thing at a time. So kesho Tuesday tuko pale town, we are rejecting it. Tukishamalizana na finance bill tuseme ya tumeridhika. Sasa tunarudi na comedy. Sasa tumeona tusongeze mpaka August. So if you bought your ticket on madfund.com, don't worry, it's still very valid. When we resume in August, we are still coming back. But now we've narrowed down the cities. Instead of 15 towns, we are doing about 8 towns. And then we go to Australia, we go to Gulf, we go to UK, and also we go to the USA. So don't forget to buy your ticket. Stay tuned, we'll be giving you more information. Just know that we've moved it from June, from July to August, because saizi bado napambana na finance bill. We are rejecting it. I'm hosting Bwana CS in the building, and we're having conversations. And guys are just wondering, who is the comedian today in this show? Mama Mechemuka, I know you have your questions. In the next about 5-10 minutes, we're going to shoot your questions to Mheshimiwa CS, and it's going to capture them very fast. But I still have like 2-3 other questions that I also need to get to conclude with him and then out to run. Bwana CS, yes. Toka TikTok.
Niko nazima.
I have about 4 major questions I want to ask you. Number 1, Office of the First Lady, Office of the... you know, do you support that?
Yeah, it is part of tradition, really. It's the same thing. You have your mentor.
Don't compare mental wellness.
It is the same.
No. It's not the same. It's not a
The office of the spouse,
yes,
in all jurisdictions,
okay,
happen because of people who want to identify with a cause. For example,
okay,
the Margaret Kenyatta, you know what she did with the Beyond Zero.
Yes.
Because not everything can be done by government. You know, now someone will ask, why is OBINNA...
But it's being funded by the government,
yeah, right?
So you're saying not everything can be done with the government, but it's being funded by the government. So basically, it's the government doing it by extension.
By extension, yes. And because of that, a lot of people, not necessarily, the office is funded by the government. The course was not funded by government. Do you know that? The Beyond Zero, the one for Margaret Kenyatta, was not funded by
But the office is funded by the government.
The office is funded by government.
And you support it?
Yes, I support that. It's part of really building the family institution in this country. No, it's part of tradition.
Yeah. Affordable housing. Mm-hmm. The housing levy.
Yeah.
Do you support it?
People will see
Do you understand it first?
Of course, we started the housing levy in the other government when I was the vice chair of the committee responsible for that levy.
Okay.
I'm the ancestor of the housing levy, and I know what it can do. And I know when right now we have 150,000 young people working on this project. I wish I had somewhere else to take them.
Forget the people working on the project. Let's look at the big number.
The only reason I'm doing it.
No. Look at the big
They
number.
are the only reason we do the housing. People think
it's because people are working. So you're looking for people from Jengo.
Absolutely.
So the solution for unemployment is to build Jengos and taxes.
It means a lot for those people. If you are fortunate enough even to have a capacity to pay that tax, think of that guy there who has never seen color.
So the many will suffer at the expense of the few.
Listen, I like your question. Do you know how many people work in formal employment? 1 million people.
It's not about formal employment.
3 million people. 3 million people.
Don't reverse that bus you're trying to throw me under. It's not about the people working in the informal space.
16 million people don't know the color of a pay slip.
Affordable housing.
16 million people don't know the color of age. They don't know the color of a pay slip. Ati sasa wanalia wakilia pamoja na the 3 million.
Mheshimiwa, affordable housing. Affordable housing.
Yes.
Is just you support it, eh?
I support it fully.
So, we rejected it.
Yes.
It was shoved down our throats.
Yeah.
We've rejected the finance bill. It's being shoved down our throats. Are we really being heard?
No, you're being heard. You're being heard.
But ignored.
But you're not voting to put your people in parliament. 7 million. Turudi hapo. No matter how much you want to have.
Okay. Aya. Tutoke huko basi because
itakuwa 12 million. Next time you know better.
Okay. Yo umekataa, umefanya namna hii. Now let's come back to something that you said a while ago. And let's just do a quick check. We see how far it has gotten to. So you had spoken about you're going to be the one to sponsor the impeachment of Gachagua.
I didn't say that. Where do umekuwa na fake news wewe? I didn't say that I'm going to support the impeachment.
Okay, let me say you said you're going to sponsor the impeachment of the deputy president.
I didn't say that.
Or you didn't say that?
You tell me. Sasa umeanza kuuliza what did I say? Now
I've just told you said it. So I'm like, how far are you with it?
You know, kuna kitu kwa kizungu inaitwa he who alleges must prove. Okay. So the burden is not on me.
Aya. Nitishe receipt zitume size.
Tafadhali.
Sawa, tafadhali nitumie hiyo receipt.
Na ulipe tax on it.
First of all, is your chama cha kazi still active?
No, I left chama cha kazi because I'm not supposed to be a member of a party, but it's still there.
Okay.
Do you want to join?
No.
Oh, very good.
No. Mimi niko chama cha Gen Z. Tuna reject finance bill.
I hope you do something after rejecting. Something more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I hope you are more organized. You know, it is important to be politically organized because you can have numbers which doesn't mean a lot politically. So I hope from beyond this rejecting, beyond the Gen Z thing, I hope the young people of this country will start giving serious consideration to political organization, to political
2027. We are cleaning that house. Ngoja uone.
Tutaenda nyumbani?
Yes. Si ungoje uone we are here.
Mimi kwanza nisha clean my cave. Tumeona tulikuwa cave.
Tumeshawapima vizuri.
As long as we have democracy. Kwani si nyinyi watoto wetu?
Tumewapima.
2027. Kwani nani watoto wetu tusikie vibaya watoto wetu wanakuja kutupeleka nyumbani.
Wacha nikupeleke sasa.
And by the way, I go home every day. So usianze kunishtua tutapeleka home kila jioni.
Aya, let me take you to Nzoia Sugar. So presidential directives must mean something, right? So in Bungoma, Madaraka Day celebrations, the president spoke and gave dates and promised that the farmers and the workers of Nzoia Sugar, who are now in their second year without salary, are going to be sorted. You are the head of the public service. Have you actioned on the presidential directive?
When was the directive? We passed this in cabinet.
Ilikuwa Madaraka Day celebrations.
Ya mwaka huu.
Ilikuwa Bungoma.
Ya mwaka huu Bungoma. Yes. And we have provided for the money in the budget. This budget.
No, have they been?
No,
it's just to know.
It's not a banana republic. Kwanza unataka walipe na nini? Na kutaki tulipe taxes? Hebu sema.
Let me just clear the air. Kenyans have not refused to pay taxes.
Turudi hapo. Nzoia walipwe. Nimekubali tik tik tik. Leta pesa.
No. Mheshimiwa, we have not refused to pay taxes. We've always been paying taxes. We are just saying these taxes that are being introduced are infringing on our right to live. You want us to die. Because as it is, we are struggling to survive. We are holding on straws. Then muna impose zingine tena. We're like, all right. Yo umeruka umefanya namna hii. Mulisema kuna maswali. All right? I'll just take two from our hapa. Shout to us.
Vetted.
My name is Ruben.
Yes, Ruben.
What is your relationship with US right now after the route of visits?
Yeah.
I think...
Okay, I'll add on to that as well. So what's the relationship with US after Ruto's visit? And then also in Parliament the other day, there were some US Congress people watching live when they were debating on the bill. What was that about?
No, but we have an open parliament. We have an open... It is broadcasted live. Kama OBINNA show. What's the relationship between you and people watching this show?
We are family.
What's the tofauti? Now, our relationship with the US has never been better. You know, the kind of investment deals that we signed with the US. Right now, we are just about to conclude the only African countries signing a strategic trade and investment partnership with the US. Very favored, very privileged position. I think it's paying off. I think our relationship with the US, the investment we paid in this relationship is paying off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you support us sending policemen to Haiti?
Haiti is a black country.
Yeah.
It's a black
but
country.
Is the reason and the purpose. It's not about the country.
You know,
why are we sending?
Culturally, we are more acceptable there.
Which is fine
as
tourists. But why are we jumping? Okay. So you support us sending police to Haiti?
You know, Kenya...
But we cannot sort bandits hapa in our backyard. So we've had the bandit situation forever, but in Haiti is now where we know how to tunajua kushine.
But how come haukuuliza Somalia?
No, Somalia is our sister country. Somalia is a border between Kenya and Somalia. If you go there, we're trying to maintain peace because wanakam kwa Kenya.
Sasa, I thought you are
Haiti.
I thought you are supposed to be younger and more than me, and I'm supposed to be like the old-fashioned guy who is only thinking about the village, and you're supposed to know about the global praise, and you're supposed to know that because of maybe globalization, digitization. Now, Sasa, who is Stonehenge? Me, mama, baby.
Tunaongea facts.
No,
it's yes or no. Do you support us sending police to Haiti?
I do support because the world is becoming a global marketplace.
So you're supporting because the world is a global marketplace, but is it making sense?
Do you know something? In the other, just up to the other day, Kenya was a member of the Security Council of the UN.
We have not been given grants and extended favors with the US so we can supply the policemen on this other side. So
what's wrong with it?
It's the purpose.
We are saying we breach, maybe your pesa tuache kukutaka.
So wewe hata kama ni corruption unaweza support because nani hataki pesa?
I don't support corruption. I don't support corruption.
Okay. Yeah. But you support us taking police to Haiti, but we cannot solve the bandit situations here. So we're given some old choppers.
Global obligation and killing bandits and stopping bandits are not mutually exclusive. Does not mean that if you do one, you don't do the other.
But we've not even sorted this. Hatujafagia kwetu, but sisi ndio internationally sasa sisi tunapiga PR sasa. Sino tuko na mapolisi wa kutuma. We don't even have enough police as it is. And even the police in Kenya are not even paid well.
I thought
they are not treated well.
They are tear gassing you.
I didn't say there are many. I said why are they using force?
Anyway, let's move to the next question.
Tuendelee.
The next question, though I will answer the first one. The first one is your personal relationship with US.
My personal one?
Yes, your personal relationship with the US.
Because there's a minister of trade who came.
I've had my differences with the US. That's not a secret.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second question, your view on one man, one shilling, one man, one vote.
It's a tired conversation. It's a tired conversation. This thing of this one man, one shilling. By the way, I went to school without bursary. There were no bursary those days. My parents were not rich. They were peasants.
Okay.
Yeah? There was no CDF. It's just, when raised politicians don't want to talk about how we can grow the cake for everybody in this country and move together, they resort to bogeymen like one man, one vote, one shilling. Can't we produce like the way I was doing with the industrial park and move the whole country together? This the whole thing of saying this part of this country, that part of this country, I will never be part of it. Luckily, I don't want to be elected again. So I will stand up for the right thing, do the right thing here and go to heaven.
Okay.
The relationship with the deputy president.
Well, he's my boss.
Or your relationship with the deputy president is your boss?
Yes.
That's it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is just slightly better than mine and OBINNA.
Clearly, I'm not your boss. Aya, receipts are coming. Hold up. Receipts are coming.
Public Service Performance and Delivery Management Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria has sustained his attacks on Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua of fomenting divisions in government, deserting duties, and leading a campaign he labeled as, quote, zero sum.
Kuria, who sought answers from Gachagua on questions he outlined, accused the deputy president of developing unfounded paranoia, urging Gachagua to put a stop to his regional unity campaign. Ayub Abdikadir reports.
This impeachment insinuation comes a day after Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua made fiery speeches in Kirinyaga and Nyeri counties attributing his tribulations to unknown government officials. Kuria, in a 10-point questionnaire for Gachagua, sought an understanding from the Deputy President on why he reportedly refused to have tea at State House, expressing fear for cabinet committee members chaired by the Deputy President at his car.
Okay, with all due respect.
Copyright who?
Wait a minute.
Copyright who?
Wait,
Be
fast.
fair, you are content man.
Yeah.
Say copyright.
No, this is from Citizen. That's
Very good.
That's
It's very
Citizen.
important to make that admission.
Yeah, let me just say this.
Because what, tomorrow,
With all due
I also
Mheshimiwa,
protect the OBINNA copyright.
you are petty.
If I find you somewhere near this, outside here, this show, but it's okay.
Adi, you are saying DP has refused to take tea?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
No, I have my differences with the DP.
Okay.
Does not mean that we are not respectful.
Okay.
I don't support his...
But chai.
Yeah.
Okay.
You combine them.
So he was to take it by force.
No, you see.
Kama mtu ataki chai.
How can you be so paranoid? Kwani nani atakutafuta? Mtu paranoia. Yani ya nini sasa? Kwani utakufa mara mbili? Wacha tuachie hiyo hapo. Thank you, OBINNA.
Wait a minute, kidogo. We have like 5 more questions. We're wrapping up. Take a quick fire. The last one from this person.
For me, OBINNA, Mheshimiwa, first of all, thank you very much. We appreciate what you're doing. Just a brainer, you said that at the end of the day, democracy is going to win. The biggest problem that we have as young people is that even the MPs who have voted no, when they go back to their constituencies, we have seen the public and their constituents fiercely, standing and saying that you did not represent us. So at what point, because even when the president was elected, I think the first thing that he said is that it doesn't matter, kama ulinipigia kura ama haukunipigia saizi, I'm representing the people. So really, at what point is this democracy going to win if, the voice of the people is not going to be heard? Second,
At what point will democracy win if the
ballot.
voice of the people
At
is
the
not
ballot.
being heard?
At the ballot.
Or at the ballot?
At the ballot. It's the only way for democracy.
Okay.
It's the ballot.
Okay. Sawa. Hiyo iko sawa.
Second Tuesday
Yes.
of August 2027. Mark your calendar.
Okay.
Na usipotelee kuashisha usahau.
Okay.
second thing I think is the issue of fair trade and policies.
Issue of fair trade and
We
policies.
have seen, just as recently as I think yesterday or last week, we have seen an official from the office of Musalia being arrested because of demanding bribes to investors. And Mheshimiwa, kusema kweli, tuambiane tu kweli, hii sio kitu imeanza jana. So I think the most annoying thing and what is causing this amount of rage in the young people is people are saying no more corruption. At what point is this going to stop? Can you imagine we did pay the Eurobond 3 days before time with the massive looting that is happening in government right now? What if the government had just decided to commit all resources to the right channels? How much more can we achieve as a government, as a people? And that is the thing the young people are saying, and that is why there is no leader, because we don't want anybody to be corrupted and to come and say that, he or she is representing us. So to decode it, Mheshimiwa, the young people are tired of the dynasties, they're tired of the corruption, they're tired of, people imposing themselves as
Summarize.
So, Mheshimiwa, in short, yeah, wacha tukutume kwa urezo.
Oh, okay.
And I agree with everything you've said. I have nothing meaningful to add. And young Kenyans will be justified to be tired of those things.
Yes.
And they need, mi utanituma kwa urezo nitamwambia, wewe wacha nikutume kwa Gen Z, wachukue kula, watutoe.
Tunataka kujua what happened to servant leadership.
Yes, and
What happened to yeye kupata hata ile kitu ya Mkenya halisi peke yake. Hana tunaona tu watch za 55 million.
Sasa
Maneno Trans Nzoia.
Sasa mnaona by keeping away from this political discourse as young people, unaona what kind of genius you are denying us. Those wonderful points. It's what we want now.
Reverse psychology is fine. Very smart about it. Reverse psychology ametugeuzia. Hiyo message unamtuma haitaenda. So haitaenda. Guys,
Anatusikiza lakini even the people closest advisors to him are still dismissing what young people
No, it is wrong to dismiss.
So now,
and by the way, a strong and immovable object met an irresistible force. So hata kama kuna mtu hakutaka kumove, hii force ya Gen Z hata nyinyi mmeona si kidogo. So wacha tuendelee.
Mheshimiwa, let me answer the Gen Z friend of mine for you. If people are in the street for over a week saying no, we don't want this bill, and it's still being shoved down our throats, do you believe us now telling Mheshimiwa Yati, go tell the president this, you think it will not?
Shove ya nini by your own MP. Si wewe tunajishofu. Nani hapa hana MP?
Kama MP wamenunuliwa.
Ala.
We don't want them. We want to recall them. Is the other wameficha ma clauses huko ndani sio kwa recall
Stop
technical.
becoming escapists, guys. Come and take up your role in nation, in the affairs of this nation. You have the numbers more than us.
So from what you are saying basically is now every solution we have to wait until 2027.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Last question.
Because you have a chance. Na
Okay.
mkimizi your bus hata hiyo itapita.
Guys,
chukueni kula tupelekeni nyumbani.
Let me pick two random questions from the fans that are watching online. Hapa imetosha. We cannot, no, monopoly, bro. No, it's okay. Let me pick at least two from here. We have 9.2 thousand people watching. Let me pick at least two. We can't have monopoly in studio. Kindly. Okay? Okay. Kuna mtu hapa anasema... No. Yo, nini. Guys, serious question. Ask Mesh, as a CS, what are his merits to hold the position? Ama yeni kubarikiwa. That is Evelyn Copper.
First of all, I'm a very blessed person. I'm a former altar boy. And I grew up in the church. But above that, I'm a very educated person. I'm very traveled. I'm very experienced. I've been a banker, technology, many continents. I have what it takes. I bring in a lot of exposure to my job.
Okay.
Yeah. Ya mwisho sasa.
Oh, so that's it? Okay.
CV yangu ni ndefu, utalipia sasa advert.
Okay. The part for Haiti we've already discussed. We've already discussed that one as well. Ask him on the issue for freehold land and leasehold land. No,
I truly think what I told you, that I believe somehow that Parliament will amass enough numbers to work on this issue. Because it's an issue that has got merit. And the land issues are very emotive in this country. We don't have to get it right all the time. That's why you have democracy, to collect us. That's why you have to go to Parliament. By the way, if we leave executive with 65% pass mark, then Parliament improves us to 80%. Then the people improve us the rest. We are a work in progress as a country, as a democracy.
To summarize what you've said basically in this whole interview, you've said about three things. One, tumesha blanda, ngojeni 2027. That is one of it. Yes, that's the second one. So tumesha blanda, sisi mulitu elect, chukweni 2027, then muli blanda, hamuna kura. Yes.
Hakuna mtu anaweza to claim to be cleaner than Caesar's wife. That's what I'm saying. Nobody can scream that I'm now cleaner than Caesar's wife.
Okay.
Both of us tuko na makosa yetu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Final question. Does the government care about its people?
It does.
How?
It does.
How?
It does care about it.
It's not listening.
It does care about its people. It doesn't have to listen in the way you exactly think, but we are a very diverse country.
Do you believe in this government that you are in?
Absolutely.
You believe in it that is delivering to its people?
You are sitting on this show. That's
This is
how much
not-
I believe it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Asante.
Haya, mheshimiwa ametoroka interview. Ame wrap it up, so we're gonna leave it up from there because I still have Gaucho. Si bado napanga mambo ya maandamano tomorrow. Mejua kesho sasa we are all coming out. We are rejecting the finance bill. So kesho nakutana tao.
Peaceful.
It's peaceful demonstration. We are protesting. We are not provoking.
Don't provoke.
Okay?
Peaceful.
And also inform the police.
I will.
Tear gas is unnecessary.
I will.
Violence is unnecessary.
And you know what?
Hata tunatetea au mapolisi.
Please, na pia mpitie kwa ofisi yangu, utakuwa kwa ofisi.
Tutakuja.
Yes.
Then ambia au mapolisi pia au tunatetea haki zao because mabibi zao na hata wenyewe wanalipwa vibaya
Asante.
na watoto
Na
wao.
tutachunga hii demokrasia. Kila mtu akuwe na haki ya kusema na kila mtu aheshimu haki ya huyo mwingi.
Ya keo mwingine.
Asante.
All
Sasa
right.
tuko sawa.
See you guys tomorrow. Power to the people.
Sia gazi nitapeleka Uganda.
Thank you.